Alright, so hello everyone and welcome to this day's live stream. I almost said weeks because I did one earlier this week, but I'm highly considering making these a lot shorter, making them more focused on one topic each because it's just better than sitting through, like, let's say 30 minutes of video. I can talk for like a half hour about a certain topic, but you know, we don't have to do that. It's better for you to not have to listen to that and make sure that what we're talking about is, you know, pure substance and no fluff. So today's topic, this was a story that broke from the Washington Post about the Kremlin confirming that the Trump campaign had reached out to them during the campaign about a Moscow business deal. Now, usually, like I said in the last video, I said usually these breaking stories come out at like 5 p.m. on weekdays, mostly Friday. But today we were gifted, it came out about 8 a.m., I want to say, Eastern Time. Now, from the surface, this does not have to do with the campaign, but it is another example of something the campaign said did not happen, but it did actually happen. You know, at first, the story was, we had no connections with Russia at all, we had no meetings with them whatsoever, and then it turns out, yes, they did. Significantly, that Jared Kushner, Paul Manafort, and Donald Jr. meeting that had happened in June of 2016, that they said didn't happen, it is now, in fact, well, it did happen, and now it's a subject of a grand jury subpoena. So, you see, the importance of this is, why would they lie about this? Why are all these meetings and connections and communications being uncovered when they initially said that they did not happen? Because the initial crime, the initial meeting, I shouldn't say crime, but the initial meeting is not so much a big deal. It's the fact that they said they didn't happen. Why are they covering it up? Why were they lying about it? And this is the question that we should be asking. Whether you support Trump or not, you should look back at it and say, hey, why is this coming out? Why didn't they just tell the truth the first time and they wouldn't be in trouble? And seriously, I believe that. They wouldn't be in trouble. They would be like scot-free. Especially if the president had actually begun talking about Russia like a national security threat that the rest of the government recognizes it as. So, relating to this article that came out, the subject was that the Trump organization was pursuing a business project in Moscow, and this was revealed by a Trump campaign lawyer, Michael Cohen. And again, this is just one example of something that they said didn't happen, but this was confirmed by the Kremlin, by a Kremlin spokesperson named Dmitry Peskov, that Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, had reached out to the Kremlin during the 2016 campaign to help on a potential business project. And, you know, this is just going back to one of those claims that they said it didn't happen. But, you know, whatever Trump's business ventures in Moscow might be, Putin is going to win every time. This guy is the mastermind behind everything that he does. If you've ever seen Robert Reich's videos on Facebook, he lays out in a 4-minute video, which I might link here in the description, that lays out what the incentives would be for collusion to happen if it did indeed happen. The benefits for Putin and the benefits for President Trump. And, you know, when you look at it, and you see that Putin really has the most to win here. For defeating economic sanctions, for weakening Western democracy, and Trump just basically gets to be president and at least attempt to enrich his brand around the world, which doesn't seem to be working considering the amount of, or lack thereof, respect that he's getting from the rest of the world. So, Putin is really the king here. That's not a good thing, I'm not like praising him for that, but Trump is really just the pawn if this were like a game of chess. Putin would be the queen, I don't know, I forget how chess works. Is the queen the most important piece? Leave a comment in the descriptions to correct me on that. But, you know, for a guy who claims that he like makes such great deals, like, all of this is not ending up in his favor. The Kremlin is not like outright giving evidence for impeachment, they're just kind of muddying the waters a little bit, adding to the questionable nature of the Trump campaign, yet also not going so far as saying that providing evidence that would lead to his impeachment. And that's really most likely Putin's overall goal right now, is to just create political chaos, and he's certainly succeeding in that throughout the entire Western world. So whatever comes from this is something that the investigators and the special counsel have probably known a while ago, and this is just breaking out to us right now. It was actually the Kremlin spokesperson who had released this. He told this to reporters in Moscow, that the government had received an email from a Trump attorney about a real estate deal. So, this is probably not news to people like Robert Mueller or the other people investigating the president right now. The significance of this all is obviously up to speculation. People could say it's a nothing burger, it's not related to the 2016 campaign at all. But opponents to the president would probably say, hey, well, they said none of this happened, so what's the deal here? So whatever happens with that, leave what you think in the description, subscribe if you'd like, share, whichever you wish. There's also a Patreon link in the description if you so please, because I really am changing this up now, doing a lot of shorter videos, hopefully 5 or 6 minutes. So hopefully that's better for you guys. Just want to make content and videos that's best for you. So thank you, have a great day. I'll probably make another one shortly today. So thank you, goodbye.